40inbox.com, and we're going to be checking out this video called Rich Woman Gets Scammed by a Nigerian Prince by Sniper Wolf back in 2018. So let's get into it.
You know the Nigerian prince who's always emailing you asking for your bank account? Well, today...
Which, by the way, is actually crazy how many people fall for this scam. And typically, the people who fall for this scam are not stupid. They tend to be over 65 years old and tend to be female.
Today we found him. Well, this woman found him first, and she got married to him.
She got married to him?
And now they're on Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil? What?
I met James in
2008 when I was on a family vacation in Malaysia.
2008 when I was on a family vacation in Malaysia. I knew right away he was Nigerian. By the time we were leaving and going home, we said goodbye in the car. We both had a few tears. I was very confident I was coming back.
How many people want to bet that she got her cheeks clapped by him?
Back to see him again.
Oh my God! She met her Nigerian prince in real life. Not on email, but in real life.
I flew back.
But did she actually get scammed? So she flew back 4 or 5 times to see him in Malaysia. Now that is a very committed long-distance relationship. I mean, people would barely survive a long-distance relationship if you live like 20 minutes away from the person that you're seeing.
4 or 5 times to see him in Malaysia. When I went to Nigeria, I met his family. I felt comfortable. At the end of that trip, James proposed to me and I accepted.
Oh, so he proposed to her. I wonder why. Surely being a Nigerian prince, you get your pick of the litter. Let me give you some backstory. This woman right here, she's a
millionaire. She's a millionaire, an elderly millionaire, flying multiple times to Malaysia to get her cheeks clapped by a Nigerian prince.
Millionaire.
Here comes the money.
I'm fairly independent. I designed and bought my own ring. My husband's family took care of the whole entire planning situation. I guess I paid probably a few $1,000s.
What's a few $1,000s? Okay, because like a few $1,000s to your average, human being is literally a couple grand, like $2,000. I'm thinking she probably paid more like 40 or 80. Right?
Oh, girl, your man don't got money for a ring? It's like, I can make my own ring, custom made and everything.
We went to the registry. We signed the papers. There's approximately 500 to 700 people.
500 to 700 people? That is not a cheap wedding.
So they had a wedding. She paid for everything, but his family planned it out.
I would say we have a perfect marriage.
That's a lie.
With the exception of I live in Canada, and the Canadian government won't give him a visitor visa.
The fact that she lives in Canada, which Canada's government is like crazy back then and crazier now, and the fact that they won't give him a visitor visa, now that's interesting. Why wouldn't they give him a visa?
So she got a whole family with kids in Canada, and she's flying over to this guy in Nigeria, which is now her husband.
James, hello.
Oh, you look good.
That's kind of nice. Since we've got married, I visited him 8 or 9 times in Nigeria.
Since we got married, I visited him 8 or 9 times in Nigeria. That's a lot of dollars you spending. Oh, there's people that are writing like the captions on Sniper Wolf's videos, like making like side comments. That's hilarious. That is a lot of dollars you're spending to get your cheeks clapped by a Nigerian prince who can't actually live with you.
Nigeria, we did a lot of travel to other countries. If the Canadian government could see us together, they would believe that our marriage is definitely real.
I definitely think it's real that he's probably clapping her cheeks and that he is taking advantage of her wanting there to be more than actually exist, is what I'm thinking.
The problem here, the Canadian government is like, nah, we ain't gonna let them come in our country, drink from our Tim Hortons, have our poutine. Sorry, that was really stereotypical.
What is poutine?
Deanna is a smart
Although apparently a lot of Canadians do go to Tim Hortons because that's basically like the Starbucks in Canada.
successful, and wealthy business owner, but her son Jordan and her brother Dale believe that all her Nigerian husband James sees when he looks at Deanna are dollar signs.
Yeah, well, she got millions of dollars. She gone flying from Canada to Nigeria. That's a $10,000 ticket every time she visits.
Is that really $10,000 every single time? Like, that's crazy. That means she spent like what, like 90 grand just to see him? Just to visit him. Like, that's crazy. Imagine having to spend 90 grand to get your cheeks clapped.
She a first class type of girl, okay?
Sent James via Western Union
Why did you send him 25 grand?
approximately $25,000.
Whenever I see pictures of James on Facebook wearing new clothes, nice fancy jewelry, I think, how is this possible?
I've given him some clothing, some jewelry.
Some clothing, some jewelry. I'm thinking you gave him a whole wardrobe. And look, there's nothing wrong with like wanting to spoil your significant other. There's nothing wrong with that. But think about it. You're not even living with your partner. You're not even living with the guy that apparently is married to you. Like, that's weird.
She basically his sugar mama. And her kids, they ain't having it. They're like, Mom, why you spending all this money on this guy? Well, I've been wearing the same Nike since high school. Low-key though, this is exactly how my dad was. When the PlayStation 3 first came out, he bought one for my half-brother, and we didn't get one. I was so salty.
Necklaces, rings, a couple watches.
Every time my mom goes to Nigeria, she buys him a phone, electronics. She's always buying him new stuff.
I'm just saying, I know I'm making this comment a lot. This dude must be slinging pipe so well to basically brainwash her and to just giving him lavish gifts. Because, like, what does he bring into the table? He can't be there with her. He can't stay there with her. He can't go to Canada, right? It's like, what's the point?
Damn, he living the life, huh? So her kids think that he's scamming her. It's kind of obvious.
If James is a scammer that Dale or Jordan think he possibly could be, he would be here in Canada right now, scamming me out of far more than a trip here or a meal there. He would come here for way bigger dollars.
I mean, he's already getting bigger dollars and having you actually take the effort to go see him. Like, think about it. Think about how easy a life you would have if you could get your scamming victim to come see you, to get you off, to give you items that you enjoy, and then they just leave on their own accord, and you don't gotta kick them out.
Okay, girl. First of all, he can't even come to Canada. Second of all, with you, he went from Nokia to iPhone 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus.
She's been married for 6 years to a man who lives in Nigeria. She says he is the man of her dreams.
I have no
6 years. Like, see, that doesn't make any sense, right? You would be able to get a visa within 6 years.
relationship with James other than we're Facebook friends. Everything I know about James comes from my mom. I don't believe anything my mom tells me about him. My mom tells me he's a professional soccer player. It's funny, I've researched him, I found nothing.
Exposed. Man, who lies about being a professional soccer player?
I believe that James is a fraud.
When my mom told James that she could no longer send him money through Western Union, he went to Facebook and said his ATM was broken.
No! Why would you do that? The old woman stopped sending me money, so I'm gonna go on Facebook and be like, my ATM broke.
Wow. I didn't even catch that right off the bat. The dude literally said, my ATM broke right after she told him that. That's insane.
That's how you know he's revealed his true colors. The ultimate Nigerian scam.
I also saw on Facebook where James said, I have a new young wife and a son.
Mom says most likely his Facebook just got.
He has a new wife and a new son. So basically, he married this older lady, clapped her cheeks, laid down the pipe, got easy money from her, and he ended up falling in love and having a kid already.
Got hacked. I've had Facebook for 7 years and I've never been hacked.
Okay. So her Nigerian prince is living his own life with a wife and a son, and he uses her money to live this nice, lavish life and just playing her on the side. It's the ultimate scam.
Time to see where this goes. I gotta say, I love the person who's doing the captions on this video. Props to you.
I believe that James is living a whole other life in Nigeria.
She'll believe anything she can so she doesn't have to say it's a scam.
He's had 2 passports.
Oh, by the way, a perfect example of this is if you were to go to the FortiumBox.com2 YouTube channel, you would actually see me actually covering, basically like a screen recording, basically covering a story, like this Nigerian prince scam story of a woman who literally convinced herself that she fell in love with Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Leo. The Leo that got his cheeks clapped in a deserted forest, okay? By a bear. Like, it's crazy. Like, if someone is in the right state of mind for this, where they are easily manipulated or willing to be manipulated, and they believe or want to believe so much so their narrative in their mind or the story in their mind. For example, it's like, oh, if I eat this cake, I'll be skinny. If I eat 2 pieces of cake, I'll be skinny. Oh, if I eat 4 pieces of cake, I'll still be skinny. Like, I'm not gonna gain any weight from eating these 4 slices of cake. What's so bad about, eating 6 slices of cake every day? Like, that's not too bad. I'm not gonna gain much weight. I want to stay the same, and then like not even come to realization after like 4 months of doing this, you gain like 40 pounds. It's just pure cake fat.
With different ages, and somebody wrote down that he was a doctor. The Canadian government won't let him in. They just say, no, you're not welcome in the country.
Now here's the thing, like, if Canada is not letting you come into the country, like you're not welcome in the country, that probably means that you have some sort of record or history of doing something shady.
Oh, makes sense now. So the Canadian government is just telling him, no, sorry, we won't let you in the country because his passports are fake.
He's got 2 different passports.
He got 2 different passports. One says he's a doctor and
one says that he's a doctor and one says that he's a professional football player. Okay, 2 lies, Conan.
one says he's a professional football player, but the real one says he is scamming hoe.
What makes
The real one says he's a scamming
you think he's a scammer?
I think he's a scammer. Mainly, he has never been able to come to Canada. Is a huge red flag for me. The fact that when my mom wasn't sending him money, then all of a sudden he goes on Facebook or social media sites, says ATM's broken.
His mom gonna be like, but what if the ATM in his village is actually broken?
I think about that. The ATM in the Nigerian prince village.
Like, she is clueless.
The thing is, someone like this is not clueless. They want to believe so badly the story in their mind is actually true that they are willing to go down this path. Like, even though deep down inside, they know that they're getting scammed.
My mom an ATM, for sure, is one massive red flag.
What makes you think he's a scammer?
I feel he's a scammer because of the things that we found on Facebook.
Your husband's 39,
He's 39.
and this is his picture.
Man, he lying about his age age too? This guy does not look 39. That is 1 year away from 40. He in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. There's no way this guy is basically 40.
Yeah, he's a black guy. Black guys look young. Have you looked at his dad?
Have you looked at his dad?
Refers to you, they say, as his ATM.
That's not my husband's type of writing.
Now, this is the crazy thing too, right? Because when I went over the Leonardo DiCaprio romance scam, they were basically making this same excuse in like justifying what was going on. Like, oh, like this person told me blah 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 exactly like how Leonardo DiCaprio talks. Like he was so fluent with his language and speech and all that kind of stuff, right? And the records actually show that this person had like broken English, could barely say a single sentence of any caliber, right? And yes, somehow this girl convinced herself that like, oh yes, I am falling in love with the actually real Leonardo DiCaprio.
His grammar is not at all ever like that.
Baby, am very, very
I'm
sad.
very, very sad. Friend, why are you sad? James, I need money.
I need money. My ATM is not giving me money.
ATM is not giving me money. Friend,
Which ATM is
which
that?
ATM?
My wife. He literally said my wife for the ATM. My wife. Oh my God.
Is that my wife?
Bro, no! Dr. Phil! You hit her too hard!
I mean, apparently Dr. Phil didn't hit her too hard because she still ain't believing it.
Dr. Phil with the receipts. And she's sitting here and gonna say, no, that's not my husband. He didn't write that. He doesn't even type like that. They got Facebook messages.
I actually saw it myself even on there.
What? You saw it yourself and you can't see, like, wait a minute. He's literally talking all this crap about me as if I'm like his piggy bank that he could just smash whenever he wants to get money.
You don't think?
It didn't sound at all like his writing.
This is so stupid. Like this is like at a level of cringy stupid that like you almost it's almost unbearable to watch.
What an odd person to hack, and what an odd thing to say about that. And then he refers to this hacker, I guess, refers to James' new wife.
Okay. So she's saying she saw it and she's convinced that it's a hacker. A hacker wrote that. There is no way my beloved husband that I give so much money to is a scammer and calls me an ATM.
And the crazy thing is, yeah, this is happening with like a Nigerian prince scam, but the reality is this can happen anywhere in the world. This can happen in the United States. This can happen literally anywhere. Just to keep that in mind.
No, he has called me nothing but sweetheart, beautiful, honey, red lily. Why would he call me his ATM?
This hacker, I guess, refers to James' new wife, missing my wife.
Missing my wife, my old wife. Old wife? You have a new one. Yes, with a
Originally
baby
said my
boy.
old wife. He said, old wife, you have a new one? He comments, yes, with a baby boy. I
love my baby. Yeah, that definitely ain't the chick. Why? Because his new wife is black, his old wife is white, and he doesn't have a kid with his old wife.
My baby.
I could be wrong, but you can probably verify it. I believe that picture there was taken at my husband's auntie's house. So
What? This is literally a picture of his wife saying, I love my baby. Bro, how are you gonna do this?
Again, she's convinced herself what is true and what is, like, false.
Like, is this guy really that stupid? He's gonna have her in his profile pic with him, and he's gonna post pictures of his new wife and be like, I love my baby. And she's sitting here like, oh no, this is another picture of somebody else. This girl's delusional.
it should be very easy to verify.
Verify what? That he...
verified that he has another wife and a baby boy.
He doesn't have another wife and a baby boy. She's doing everything, man. Her mind is struggling to block out any possibility that this guy is a scammer or cheating on her or living another life. Like, he loves her and that's it. That is all she knows and believes and will ever know and believe.
I believe that actually might be even one of his cousins.
No, there's no freaking way that's one of his cousins. Come on. This is so brutal to watch.
That would be very interesting to find out and ask. And if
Well, you never asked him?
you don't mind, I'm not trying to be stupid sounding.
You are stupid sounding.
Did you ask him?
I might have way back then.
Oh my god. Imagine your boyfriend, girlfriend takes a pic with somebody, post it on Facebook. They're like, I love my baby. Will anybody just sit and look at it and be like, oh, that's his cousin? Even worse. Oh man, Dr. Phil, how are you not seeing this? This woman, there's something wrong with her.
I'm not the least bit naive. I'm not
You
the
are
least bit
naive.
insecure. I'm very confident in what I do.
Yeah.
Like, this is so sad. Because here's the thing, too, right? She also is gonna fall under this weird false mindset that because she's so good at business, making money, that she believes that she can't possibly be wrong or that she can't possibly make the wrong choice to such a high caliber. Or maybe she's sticking along with it because she just doesn't want to get embarrassed.
Girl, you confident in what you do. She runs a successful business. She knows how to speak to a manager, but she don't know anything about love.
I'm curious, do you have any concerns at all of the legitimacy of this relationship that you've invested so much money in?
Myself personally, I have none. I have actually zero.
Wow. I totally do believe my husband. That is depressing to read.
Totally do believe my husband.
By the way, one of the most important financial choices you will ever make in your life is who you end up marrying, right? Whatever it is you're interested in, if you're interested in a box, whether you're interested in a dude, a chick, whatever you're interested in, one of the most important financial choices you will ever make in your life is if you were to get married, who and how. Like I would be scared for her in her situation because he might have every right to her money because they are married.
Oh my god! Seriously! So many red flags, man. She's his ATM, he's using her for money. She spent so much time and money on him. He's living a whole nother life. Canada won't let him in because his passport is fake. He given her a fake identity, fake passport. He cheating on her. He got a baby boy that she don't know about.
Well, here's the thing. This is the crazy thing, right? Because is it cheating if he's not even lying? He's literally just showing everything like, yeah, I love my baby, and literally post a photo of his new chick. Right? Like, is it even cheating at that point?
There's just so much going on in this relationship that are huge red flags. I don't know if she's lying to herself, but how could she just sit here and be so confident in her relationship? I want to see Dr. Phil bring him on with his bonus family and everything. Bring him on the show.
That's crazy. I mean, props to Sniper Wolf for making pretty catchy content, right? If you like this sort of financial commentary, stay tuned for more. Subscribe, hit the like button. You can also listen to this wherever podcasts are available. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com or through the link in the description. Feel free to give your thoughts about this. Do you think you would ever fall for something like this? Because this is such a crazy scam.